Hello?
Yo, listen dude. Listen, we are only 800 subs away from 79,000 dude.
You have to understand, just because I had a dream of being pounded in the ass doesn't make...
Dual wielding is the similar thing as to what some of us in different regions of America call going skiing. So going skiing or dual wielding is when, you know, a girl or a guy sits in the middle of two guys and jerks them both off. And it looks like you're going skiing, but you could call it dual wielding.
I don't know what it is, but like it's
just to
super
clarify.
hot. Like it's super hot, in my opinion. Like it's super hot. Like you know, it's like, I don't know, it's cool. It's like cool, right? It's cool. Dual wielding, yeah. Dual wielding. I didn't know that was a thing.
Also, they're not very creative. I mean, if I would think of something creative to do, I would go to like Chuck E. Cheese or Peter Pepper Pizza, right? I'd get some tickets. I'd get one of those Chinese finger traps that you used to put your fingers in and get stuck in. And I would try that shit with a dick, right? Obviously, you got to get one that's big enough for the cock, right? But imagine putting two dicks in there. And you can't pull out fast. They'll get stuck. So you have to like touch tips and do it gently, right? It'd be a fun little game, right? If you're gay. Or even if you're not gay, fuck it. That doesn't make me gay. I don't think it's gay to wake up aroused. I think that it was hot. It was fucking hot. I don't know if you guys have seen on Twitter, people are like talking about their sexual assault, rape, and sexual abuse. And I've noticed it seems like almost every woman on social media has been. And that's some fucked up shit. Now, I did see a couple of posts from other girls that were posting screenshots of other girls saying, should I join in on this and say, this guy, I fucking hate him, he cheated on me? And then she goes, no, blah, blah, blah. This happened like 4 or 5 times, so I don't want to discredit and account for all of them. But, like, there's got to be like an oversight on that, right? One, the men that did that kind of shit need to be arrested and prosecuted, because that's not okay. It puts a bad name on all men. So those men need to be held accountable. And then there just needs to be an oversight of it all. Because there are definitely people that are abusing and manipulating the system, right? And what they don't realize they're doing, they might hate the guy they're lying about, but they're not only ruining the guy, they're ruining other girls that have actually been through situations that need to seek justice. Because once you chip away at the credibility of these girls' voices, justice won't come anymore. So, like, that's why the girls that lie about it need to be held accountable. In my opinion. Why is Greek's viewers half of what it used to be? Help your boy. Me and Greek are in the same boat. Both of our viewers are half what it used to be. You have to understand. Listen, Greek tomorrow can turn on an IRL stream and go live for a week on IRL with Nick and everybody and pull 30 to 40k viewers. He knows this, right? When I get my shit situated, I can turn on a fucking reacts like every other streamer and I could pull my normal 10 to 15 to 20k. You understand? It's the same thing. It's not a matter of viewership at that point. It's a matter of what you want to do. Sometimes you just get bored of it. Sometimes you just can't do it. So you do what you love. Now you have viewers like you that can't understand that. You understand? Even Tyler, when Tyler decided to tomorrow do World of Warcraft streams for the next 2 months, eventually he'd only have 10k viewers. Right? This is for every streamer. Look at Summit. When Summit went to World of Warcraft Classic, a 40k viewer streamer went to 3k viewers every day. But it didn't bother him because he knew as soon as he goes back to his games, he's back to 40k instantly. He's done that like 15 times so far in the last 10 years. It's viewers like you that need to learn that and understand that the viewership loss isn't... Like, real viewership loss has nothing to do with, like, any of that. When a streamer, like, actually has viewership loss, usually it's from not streaming for long, right? Taking a long break that's not justified, or, like, some dumb shit. That's what it is. I just wonder what happened to Greek. Nothing happened to Greek. He's just streaming Warzone. He's doing his own thing, streaming at different times, doing whatever he wants. Right? That's just what it is, right? The only time, like, viewership loss is, like, a real thing is if, like... If you do some, if you're just like being a total fucking dickhead asshole and you're doing some fucked up dumb shit, or if you just take a long break and you don't stream long enough, that's not justified, right? If you're taking like a mental health break, that's fine. But if you just decide to stop, right, like, and you just do that way too often, then that's another reason. Burn that shit down. Burn it all down. Big fan of Atlanta Mayor Lance Bottoms. She's calling for peaceful protest, but that doesn't do anything. This ain't 1964. They just attacked our sister community down the street. It's a gated community, and they tried. Yeah, we saw this yesterday. Yeah. I actually... it is a double standard, right? Because that's actually how I feel about... And that's why I don't fully get behind all the burning and looting stuff. Because I know all those, like, extreme lefties in different chats, including some streamers... I know that they're sitting here like preaching this and saying, hell yeah, but I know as soon as that enters their fucking neighborhood, They ain't going to be about it. I know it. Right? It's easy when you're far away from it. It's easy when you're sitting there in a place where it's not affected. But as soon as your shit's burning, people are getting looted, there's a chance, your parents and you might get fucking pinned to the ground with a gun to your face. Like, believe me, it ain't going to be like, fuck yeah, fuck capitalism. It's going to be like, damn, yo, my bad, Dude, LSF lives in your head rent-free because I brought them up as an example to the argument about Greek. The fuck do you mean, dude? I'm confused. True. I find that to be very hypocritical. Wouldn't you say it's the other way around? Greek's just streaming, doing his own thing, playing Warzone. Both of us doing things that, aren't helping our exposure or view counts. We're just doing our own little corner stuff. And still you see 3 posts a day for 3 weeks. Isn't that us living in their head rent-free? Why is it us reacting to their clip and they're living in our head? I think it's more so the other way around. But since some of you LSF frogs are in here, you probably realize that, so you're spamming against it. That's the way I see it. But hey, guess that's a matter of perspective, isn't it? I feel that when he's on the podcast, he's only joins to get a host after the show. I mean, listen. So I understand people being upset, about Greek on the podcast. So here's what you have to understand, okay? When you think about it, when you ask, or when some of you expect streamers that have a platform to talk about these issues, what are you really asking, right? You're not really asking for them to voice their opinions because they're fucking streamers that aren't in politics that probably have stupid fucking opinions that would make the matter worse, right? What you're asking for is for them to give their platform over and support the cause. And that's exactly what Greek did on the podcast. Regardless of what you want to believe or regardless of what you need to believe, when Greek comes on, to be honest, I would rather him sit there and not talk. Because when he does end up talking, it becomes a meme. The toxic kids in chat start spamming and it gets away from the topic. So I think he actually did the podcast perfectly right. He sat there. He allowed his 5,000 or 6,000 people to come through and watch him just by default, right? That increased exposure to the podcast. At least one of those 5,000 people he brought by default, passively, probably gave a donation in, supported in some way. Like, and that's what it is. Do you understand? At the end of the day, that's what using your platform for the greater good or greater whatever is meant for. You don't follow, well then I can't really explain it in any other way. So it's about money? No, it's about exposure and it's about what we raise. Yeah. What do you mean? Like at the end of the day, that's exactly what it's about. It's about the awareness raised to more people, right? Would you rather raise awareness to Hassan's viewers that may already hear exactly what we're raising awareness for on a daily basis, 12 hours a day? Or would you rather raise awareness toward Greek viewers or Erob viewers that don't hear what Hassan's saying on a daily basis or what Felix is saying because they're too busy lol Wing at them? Because to us, that content isn't content, right? So you bring those demographics and let them listen and hear things that they wouldn't normally hear. But this idea that I need to bring someone that can talk on it, I already had people that can talk on it. Bringing any more than that's just going to make it even more repetitive than it already was, right? So we need to bring different platforms together that can increase and raise the proper awareness to communities that don't hear this stuff. So I think a lot of you were freaking out for no reason. I think it was perfectly crafted. If you want to go by that logic, Omega lol, then bring Summoner XQC. That's the stupidest counter argument I've heard in my life. I would have loved to bring Summoner XQC, but they're fucking busy. I asked both of them. What are you talking about? I don't agree with you a lot. I'm one of those Hassan viewers you talk about, but I agree 100%. I don't like when Greek speaks on the podcast, but bringing him to get his viewers is a great take. I think when Greek wants to be serious, he's a good speaker on the podcast. I think he adds a lot. It's just a lot of times he's in that, Greek mood. So I think it's better when he just sits and kicks back, right? I think he does his part. Same with me, right? Like, I don't talk very often, but when I do, I try to get my points in. You might be an LSF frog. Maybe. Except I'm banned. I mean, plus he's my friend, and it's good vibes. For me, like, I like having a Greek on, because, like, Greek is one of the few streamers that, like, understands where, like, he gets it, right? Where most people, like, want to say that, we're playing victim or we're delusional, he understands, because he's there on a daily basis, right? And some of you have actually come over to my side as well, because you're seeing it. Now that I'm showing you the bias, like, you're seeing it now and realizing it's not a victim thing. It's actually happening.
It was fucking hot. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay,